How carnivore was accepted by the metal crowd. Death metal didn't exist at the time. Carnivore's vocals were more brutal than anything else, metal-wise.
Are we on right now?
Yeah, we're on. We are definitely on.
Are you sure? Because
yeah, you know.
Well, I just made a speech. You know, I told Bill I had shit really badly, and he goes, "No, let's just take 5 minutes." He holds me here for 25 minutes, and now I can't go. Right? And he doesn't even have the fucking camera on. Right, Bill?
Oh, sorry.
Who do you work for, CNN?
It's on now.
All right, let's go.
Take one. Do you want me to read the question
Take
again?
one.
Take two.
Take fucking 22. Go ahead.
How carnivore was accepted by the metal crowd.
All right, that's...
I want to mention how intolerant the hardcore
Listen,
scene was.
whoa.
Yeah.
Listen, with the fucking run-on sentences here. How carnivore was accepted...
Or not accepted by the metal scene and the hardcore
hardcore.
scene. You were talking about how Dirgy, the first carnivore. And go!
I got a good lawyer. Jacoby and Myers. Alright? Don't fuck with me, man. Around Halloween. Anyway. How carnivore was accepted. By metal people, the first album we did, Carnivore, how brilliant the title was, right? It was slow and dirgy. It was like somebody with osteoporosis, arthritis, hardening of the arteries, chronic constipation. That's somebody who would listen to the first Carnivore album. However, the second album, Retaliation, was extremely influenced by my discovery of hardcore music and CBGBs around that area in like 85, 86, which instantaneously I was attracted to. So what I strided to do was to create an album that was like half Black Sabbath, the other half Agnostic Front, Cro-Mags, Murphy's Law, Sheer Terror, Black Flag, stuff like that. Because I loved the heaviness, the slowness, the dirge of Sabbath. But at the same time, going to CBGB's on Sundays I should say, for the matinee, there was so much unbelievable energy in there. And it didn't even matter if the bands were not in tune. I mean, every band that I've been in has never been in tune. Was it your mother?
You want to do a take two?
No. Keep it rolling. Go ahead. So listen now. He takes 3 hours to come to my fucking house for an interview and doesn't have the sense to turn off his cell phone. How much you pay for this DVD? Get your money back. Get your money back. Where was I? Hey, Pocahontas, let's go.
The CBGB's Sundays.
It's brilliant. I mean, a little tiny place. I mean, like you had to actually walk through the entire crowd just to go to the bathroom. So, me being a lazy Polak, and I can say that because I'm Polish, I take my dick out and piss on people as I walk through, and then I would fall down and twitch and faint like I couldn't make it. So everybody felt sorry for me because I feel sorry for myself. You planned this, you fucking prick. No. Don't shut this fucking... Look at this. Hey, it's PCA.
Hey, Pete, what's up? It's James. I like your answering machine. I'm just hanging out down there, Rich. I wanted to see what you were doing. So, just give me a little call back. We'll be hanging out for a while. So, if you want to hang out or whatever, it's cool. So, just give me a call back.
That's King James, by the way.
347-495-6252. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
So, now you know why the guy made fun of? New from Type O Negative. The new album that will surely disappoint you on Fox 5. That fucking guy, man, I'm gonna cut his fucking throat out and put my fucking carburetor in his fucking neck. Skank that he is. What was the question, man? You're just starving me.
You're talking about your drummer.
Dogs? Wait, what?
Drummer being a hardcore drummer, not a metal drummer.
No, I didn't say that. No, that was the interview you lost, wasn't it? Huh? Fucking Buffalo Bill shit, right? That was mad at me. $4.25 an hour again. What? Louie from Carnival?
Yeah.
See, look, you hear what's going on here? See, he thinks he's... Look, I'm looking at you in the fucking camera. He thinks he's powerful because he's just like this voice and making comments and shit. His phone's ringing. He's walking around. He's taking food out of my refrigerator. He's stealing shit from my drawers, like old underwear, panties. It's disgusting. It's disgraceful. Oh, so Louie. You hear? You and realize you're paying for this. Okay, you're paying for fucking this, sucker. Hey, man. I'm doing it as a fucking favor because you don't know who I know. All right, I'm doing it as a favor. Listen to him with asthma over here. Well, you have a fucking hairball, hippie. So Louie. So, say fucking King Kong Bundy over here. Yeah. Martin Luther King Kong. Anyway, all right. Now he's a diabetic, man. I just gave him like 10 Hershey bars. So now he's twitching on my floor. Making a mess, man, because he's like making all kinds of skid marks with his fucking. He's got these Doc Martens on. He really wears size like 9, but he bought size 15, so all the girls think his fucking dick is really big. You know, this is why you should not have bought this fucking DVD, because this is not going to. Okay. At the end of this. I mean, look at my dishes, man. Look at my dishes. I'm gonna turn this camera around, and you're gonna see this prick pulled a fucking forklift into my house, and the blades went through my bed. It's very uncomfortable. Anyway, getting back to Louie. Between the first Carnivore album and the second one, I spent a lot of time at CBGB's and got to be very friendly with Roger from Agnostic Front and the guys in Cro-Mags and Murphy's Law and stuff like that. So AF was looking for a drummer. They hired Louie. And that was probably the best education he got, because that stuff is so fast. And Louie played double bass. And AF had asked me to write a couple of songs for them. So it was a great education. So that's why, if you're wondering, probably not. Retaliation is like a combination of the Monkees meets Village People. Two of my favorite bands. I cannot compete.
What about hardcore resenting metal?
What about it? Look at this, man. Look at this. he's probably gonna fucking cut this out, right? But you know, I took a shower today. I haven't bathed in a month. I took a shower for fucking this, and this is what I get, all right? Because he just left the room. It's fucking reptilicus. Anyway, what was the question?
The hardcore scene,
Honey?
resenting metal, sort of invading the
Oh, you
turf.
see, now he's mad at me. You see what you heard? You see that? He goes, no, I asked him and he went, oh, my word. And he went like this. The hand on the boot. I dreaded that. I was expecting it though. What's the question?
You were talking before about hardcore people resenting metal, sort of invasion of turf kind of a thing.
Absolutely. And I'm guilty as well. After discovering hardcore, like I said, CBGB Sunday afternoons, a lot of what the hardcore / punk crowd designated as bridge and tunnel kids, I was one of them. But I was not a bridge and tunnel kid, I was like grandpa. You know, with like the flannel shirt and the suspenders and the pants rolled up and combat boots. So I really owe them an apology because it was a very special thing that they had there. And it was completely anti-rock, which of course makes it rock music. That the audience became the focus of the attention, not the 3, 4, 5 idiots on stage. And when I say idiots, I don't mean bands I've seen at CBGBs. I mean guys or girls who are on stage and think that they're the focus of attention. Well, you know what? As a matter of fact, you know what? You are just the focus of a lawsuit. See, no response, no sense of humor. Security. What do you got? Fucking Hamlet?
Do you want to discuss...
What is that? A Greek food menu? He's got it upside down.
Do you want to discuss anything to do with
Trying
racism?
to watch Seinfeld. All right, come on. What?
Anything to do with racism and metal.
Well, I don't like horse racing or car racing at all.
Maybe how journalists sensationalize the Nazi aspect or the racial aspect of supposed carnivore lyrics like race war.
Oh, here we go again, man. I told you not to touch upon this. Oh, well.
Or lyrics like, if you don't like it here, you can pack your shit and leave. Like, were you ever...
Throw it in my face. You know what? You know, he can keep, you know, he's not going to keep the camera on, but I wish he would because I really got to pee. And then I got these gallstones lately, but they're like diamonds. They go tink, tink, tink on the fucking bowl. I don't see them so good, so I got to stick my hand in there. Is this what you expected?
No. Do you want me to skip over that question?
Who cares?
Alright, we're definitely taping. Yes. Alright, I'll do this one part at a time, not this multi-part thing.
Thank you, Lazarus.
Do you want to discuss anything to do with racism and metal?
All I can say is there are people who say that politics should not be a part of music, but music is a form of expression. So whatever you want to say, if you want to document it sonically, then that's perfectly fine. If you're asking me about my experiences with racism, perhaps thou should clarify it. What are you looking at?
Were there journalists who took carnivore lyrics a little too seriously, who maybe didn't understand songs like Race War or USA for USA?
Well, I must back up and say that Karl Marx said, he was Groucho Marx's cousin. He said, who controls the media controls the masses. But I like to say, who controls the media controls the asses. So, Carnivore, which I really wanted to make at the time, the quintessential rock band by attacking sociological existing values at the time. There's a lot of big words at once, right? Rock music in the past, when the country was very right, rock music has been left. Carnivore was just as a socio-political experiment, right-wing, because not only did we upset the parent and the child, but the embryo as well. And so I wrote songs like Jesus Hitler, which was in fact comparing Christianity with fascism. Well, you know, a cross is a cross, whether it's crooked or not. He had songs like God is Dead, Suck My Dick, which is really, really like funny now because I'm 41 and I'm impotent, so I will not even play this song live because it's impossible. World Wars 3 and 4. It's even the horrible things that I do. Besides eating my twin brother. Have you had enough? Did you hear that? that was a fart. Because he's wearing one of those Depends.
Do you want to talk about the brutality of the carnivore pits? Did you throw carnivore t-shirts into the crowd and tell people to kill for them? Were carnivore pits metal pits or hardcore pits?
You got these questions and I have like 18 different parts. And I'm bipolar, man. I'm like the ultimate like superhero. I am bipolar bear. So just give me a question.
All right, I'll give you a question at a time. You want to talk about the brutality of the carnivore pits? Like, did you throw just a single shirt out to the crowd and tell people to kill for it?
See, man, you put that like in there, and there should be fucking quotation mark or a period before it, or a mikvah. Did I throw a shirt into the crowd?
And tell people to kill for it. You want to see people die for it.
I think it was an ex-girlfriend. Don't pretend. Did I throw a shirt into the crowd? Not as I remember. However, I've got a lot of stage fright. Believe it or not. And it takes a lot of alcohol for me to get on stage. Rubbing alcohol is perfectly fine. Isopropyl. 91% solution. As far as throwing my shirt out, I think anyone who caught my shirt, because like I said before, I mean, I bathe once a month, they should be put to death.
How are violence and carnivore related?
Violence?
Violence.
Well, I got a bass violin. Right behind us, he's afraid. Look at him. You don't have to. I'm going to turn the camera around. Then we're going to see who's who. Violence?
Yeah, were violence and carnivore related, or is violence just a theme in carnivore?
You want to know the fucking truth, man? Killing me. You're bugging me, man. You're bugging me now. Just a joke. All these bridge and tunnel kids searching for an identity. And I simply loved wasn't so much violence at hardcore shows, it was the activity. But at least at hardcore shows, which I did not see at metal shows, there was, I guess I should say, like a code of honor, like what's right, what's wrong. You know, you can do what you want, and no one assumes that you're out to hurt them. But I remember a long time ago playing in New Jersey with Carnivore, with Slayer, and it's like 85, 86, and there was this big fat fucking guy running around and just plowing himself into people. And at that time, you know, all the guys just got fucking sick and tired of it and just pounced on him. So there is a somewhat ethical code which I do not blame the primordial hardcore bands. Like I said, Cro-Mags, AF, Murphy's Law, for being pissed off about metal kids, metal people, you know, coming across and pretty much like shitting on their territory. And all I can say is I'm sorry, because I was one of them.
How about, you can tell me to turn the camera off at any time. Sensationalism. Do you want to talk about how you've been misquoted, maybe maliciously or otherwise betrayed by the press?
Well, the questions that Bill has been asking me, it is very hard just to give an answer without any kind of background. So when he's asked me about sensationalism, even 1985, 1990, the typo, there was a certain amount of press that was involved. So even if there was negative press about a band, at least it was something that generated interest. What was the question?
Maybe you'd like to talk about how you were misrepresented by journalists, and sure, it was intentional. Maybe sometimes you told a journalist who you felt trust, like something, and the person printed it anyway.
I will get into that. As far as journalists go, my one great goal in life is to stab to death a journalist with a fucking blunt, Bic ballpoint pen. The pen is mightier than the sword. You know what? I got a pen for you. Because journalists, when I confront them about what they've printed, they turn around and say to me, well, I was only doing my job. But you chose that job. It's not like you're on the fucking glacial steppes of Russia and you're hunting fucking bison and like, yeah, I'm just doing my fucking job. No. This was your fucking choice. And I have been misquoted very much. Things that I had said and done when I played with Carnivore. And I challenge anyone who reads the lyrics that have been printed on Carnivore CDs. There is nothing racist or fascist or communist or anything else about it. God is Dead was a pro-God song, believe it or not. Jesus Hitler was equating fascism with Catholicism. So I didn't mind being a scapegoat at the time because it was very interesting how small-minded people are, especially left-leaning people, who I feel are the 100,000 ants that attack an elephant and can take him down, because there is power in numbers. However, your number's up.
do you want to mention how Carnivore got signed? Any interesting story to that?
How Carnivore got signed? I had a friend, Richard Termini, who bumped into somebody at CBGB's and mentioned to her, she's a manager of some sort, about this really horrible band, like these three fucking long-haired, fat, pimple-faced dickheads from Brooklyn. But see, I was much better than the other two guys because I have pimples on my ass too, but they don't. So that makes me superior. However, to make a long story short, he signed a contract with, I believe it was called Road Racer, back in 84, 85, I'm not sure. And so since that time, I have been signed to this label, and now it's 2003, so I've been on this label 19 years, sentenced 19 years, which is a lot longer than mass murderers have to be in fucking jail for. But you know what? There's no such thing as a bad record contract if you sign it. If you sign the contract, it just means that you did not hire the correct lawyer to tell you that, you know, well, they want you to wear crotchless underwear during the whole fucking tour, and it has to be worn for a week by the guy who owns the record label. I'm like, alright, man, alright, but can I spray it like with some kind of like deodorant or something? They're like, no. So later on I will show you my underwear.
Carnivore was dissatisfied with the record company. Why did Typo sign with the same company?
As I was just saying, there is no such thing as a good or bad record company. There are many, many young bands who will virtually sign their lives away to live their dream. I mean, my dream was to become a sanitation worker, which I was. However, I did these sanitation jobs within the New York City Department of Parks. And you know how, I mean, I felt like such a man when I was driving a big fucking truck. Like, people were terrified of me. And it was like, man, if I could get my dick hard, it's like euphoric. It was like an extension of my uterus. I mean, my penis. I mean, where were you? You see this? See like that? They licking me up. They're licking me up.
Why would you sign the same deal? Or all record deals bad? Or rape you in some way?
See, man, multi-questionitude. This hippie, man. You see? You're gonna buy the CD, eh? What? First question. Mouth!
Why did Carnivore sign to? I'm sorry. Why did Typo sign the same?
Okay, I will.
As Carnivore?
I will take the words out of your anus for you. I'm in your mouth. Excuse me. Why? Why? That's what I said to her a million times, and she hung up on me, man. I know where she lives. I found out she's your sister, is that right? The one with the 4 tits? And she has 2 little ones on the back that nobody knows about. I'm blowing this.
Keep that question.
I'm trying to blow this. Why did Carnival sign?
to Roadrunner or Road Racer why the typo signs it the same label?
I'm going to back up a little bit. I'm going to say that when I signed with Carnivore to the label, the deal was, in fact, horrible. As a matter of fact, it was a conflict of interest because I was young and ignorant and uncircumcised at the time. The record company recommended that we use their lawyer, which we did. So he's like, everything in here is cool. Of course it was cool. So my attitude was, well, I really don't want to be some fucking rock and roller because that was never my ambition in life. Like I was a sanitation worker. So whether I fucking pick up garbage or write it, it's the same thing, ultimately. But anyway, after signing this contract, it's like, was it 1684 the year was? Oh no, 1984. After Carnival broke up, which was like 86, 87, the other two guys, Louis and Mark, were released from the contract. I was withheld. I like that term, withheld. I like the word Baba Ganoush too, but withheld really makes me like feel like my balls are soaked in ice water. So now, when, I didn't even form Typo Negative, and it's extremely ironic that a guy, Sal, Typo's first drummer, took lessons off of Louis in Carnivore. And Sal came over to my house, and I remember this distinctly because I just cut off all my fucking hair because I was going for a job to be a New York City police officer. And then I realized, man, I'd have to lock up my whole fucking family and my friends. So Sal came over, he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm hanging out in bed in my underwear, eating fucking pretzels and watching Seinfeld. What the fuck are you doing? He's like, you want to form a band? I'm like, hey, what's in it for me? He goes, fame and misfortune. And right he was. So, to answer your question, Type O was actually signed before it was even formed, because the other two guys, Mark and Louie from Carnival, were released from the contract, but I was not. And so I was bound to it, and after getting these other three fucking hippies together and, collaborating, just like washing your fucking laundry in the toilet, that's how we sound, put out a demo and shop it to other record companies. Radio Shack, we shopped it to. What else? Wallbounds. Sony. Why not to do with us? Who else we got? Saddam Hussein. We didn't have mustaches. He fucking didn't even want to look at the press kit. Alright, I was taken aback by that. So then the record label, what? Hey! This is what I get for being born. I tell you something about my birth, right? I was 24 inches, 10 pounds. Breech birth. I come out first with the fucking umbilical cord wrapped around my neck. Right? So that explains a lot. 30 seconds later, the placenta comes out. The doctor goes, twins. You see my face, man? So where were you?
By your Carnivore / Typo shackles to Road Racer or Roadrunner.
Getting back to reality for a second. After Carnival broke up, Sal indeed came to my house. Indeed, good word. I sound so English, except I have good teeth, though I can't be. Sal comes to my house. I form a band, so I know Josh and Kenny for a long time, so we get together, blah, blah, blah. And so we do a demo tape over Josh's house, which is right down the block, and shop it to other labels. And Roadrunner gets word of this and lets all these other labels know that the fucking Condemned have been signed, and that they should cease and desist and resist and exist, whatever the fuck. So all these we were supposed to get like $1,800 for the next album or something, and they blew it for us. Sorry. Yeah, so. Hey. Hey, Odin, let's go.
Sure. Alright. Do you want to talk about the change in style from Carnivore
Sure I
to
do.
Typo
Sure
in
I
a
do.
non-accusatory tone?
Change in style from Carnivore.
To Typo. Like, a lot of people don't understand that.
Carnivore was somewhat younger. Carnivore was like 83, 87. So I was in my early 20s. With the advent of like Typo, I got osteoporosis, arthritis. See, I can't play so fast anymore. I mean, if I fall down on stage and I break my hip, show's over, man. And I will sue the crowd.
That's it.
The change.
Ow.
Well, I guess as you grow older, you experience new things like herpes, AIDS, foot fungus, hemorrhoids. That fucking scalp disease, what is that thing? Endometriosis? No. Psychosis? What did I get? What did I get? I got some when I scratch my head, like cornflakes come off. What is that? I don't know, but it's like, if you ever paid for fucking cereal, cornflakes, $5 a box. I'm gonna pay $5 a box for something with a fucking cock on the fucking front of the box. Tony the Tiger. Get the fuck out of here. Suck my dick. Frosted Flakes. Unless it's cocaine. I think we're gonna get into that. Frosted Flakes. Scabies, man. Oh, the heartbreak of psoriasis. Yes. Right? I was heartbroken. And also housebroken. It's fucking Vanna White, let's go. The wheel of misfortune here.
Why'd you change?
That's right, I did get off that subject. Started to live in. Oh man. Where's that thing, man? You don't have one of those things?
No. Brandon, you can do a take two.
I got false teeth. You could do like. As you get older, you think like you're more intelligent, and you have to listen to more sophisticated music, you know, like with a melody, because like as Elvis Presley said, the kids like that beat. So I started listening to more melodic stuff. Nat King Cole. Oh, Madonna. Man, you know how if you really want to be famous, the way to do it is if you fuck Madonna, you're famous. She wouldn't fuck me. She said that was not good enough. All right. You know,
How about the metal lifestyle or the Pete Steele lifestyle? Does your music pay the bills? Is there such thing as a metal attitude?
the mental,
Metal.
the metal attitude. Well, I got a plate in my head, so I guess I qualify. Metal attitude. No, I was never anti everything. You know, let's just put it this way. Whatever it is, I'm against it. If you're like for this, I'm going to be against it. And that's called Groucho Marxism. Because that's what Groucho said. Whatever it is, we're against it. Metal lifestyle? I'm 41 years old. Metal lifestyle. Metal to me means like fucking silver and gold fucking implants on my teeth. And that's the metal lifestyle.
How about, do you have a desire to have a side project that's a bit more heavier than, or more outright aggressive than typo?
Absolutely. I mean, if I was allowed to, I would create music that would be completely unlistenable. Even I would not listen to it. I would have to offer a king's ransom just to have an engineer mix it, because it would be so disgusting and it would like be against God, and it would be like a really rude, like a doctor with a very cold finger examining your prostate.
Do you want to talk about, this will be, I guess, the final subject,
Clears his throat.
making it in metal,
Making it?
or well, not making it, but,
look at my, I made it.
but
He's pissing me off now, you know, that's it.
but becoming popular, like you become a target for lawsuits. Is that something that happens to everybody?
Target for a fucking I got more darts in my fucking back when I walk out of the house than anything else. Target for lawsuits. I told you about that before.
But you didn't tell the camera. Do you want to talk about being a target for lawsuits just because you appear to have riches beyond
Riches? He said,
or riches that can be thieved by lawsuits?
Or dishes. Man, you know what? You keep the camera on. I really gotta pee. It's gonna be like 2 gallons. I guarantee. Call it.
But for the documentary, like, I guess, do you want to talk about if you appear to be successful in music?
I wasn't kidding when I said I had to pee.
Do you want to turn it off while you pee?
I'll answer your fucking question. Go ahead. What was that? For who? What? The paparazzi?
Appearing to be popular, not just in metal, but any kind of music, does that attract people who like to make a living out of lawsuits?
What do you think? Of fucking course. I mean, anybody thinks you have money or an STD, they're after you, man. 1, 2, 3. Goes hand in hand. Or I should say hand in dick, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
That's all I have to say about lawsuits.
The way I feel is, maybe you should talk to my psychiatrist about how I feel. So I'm not sure. Anyway, you know, you keep the camera fucking well, but I really gotta pee, man. Cause I got stone. It's like the Fugosi emerald. It's gonna be a fucking clam coming out of my dick. This is not gonna be good. It's gonna be a breech birth. I need a midwife.
Lawsuits, what you have to say about them?
Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
You do this? Yes? Yes? Man, I get my greens. Every red light, people are picking their nose. They got a fucking shovel, a rake. Me, 2 hands on the wheel. Lawsuits. What about them?
Does being in any kind of
You see, the camera's not on him. Whenever I ask him a question, he goes like this. Like he's an ivory girl. What, man? What?
does becoming famous, even to a small degree, set you up for lawsuits? I mean, do you want to share any of the frivolous lawsuits that you've had to settle, or maybe you don't want to talk about that because it'll give people ideas?
I don't believe in sharing, but I will lie about everything I'm about to say. Yeah, when people think you have money, you become a target. And 6'7", 260 pounds of low quality meat. Yeah, well, I mean, even if you are fucking blind, you can get an arrow on me from like 8 miles away. As far as the lawsuits are concerned, see, this just becomes like socio-political, philosophical, anthropolitical, in fact. If you're gonna sue somebody, you know what? You should pay for their fucking legal fees. Because I don't got no money, man. I spent it all on Rogaine. Look at my hair. See this? Isn't that a weave? All my money went for this. You know, I'll show you. No, I know it's disgusting and horrible. And yes, it is. It's like I have a bear cub here. See, you hear him? You hear this? This is, again, you know, all of you fucking people, I'm going to sue you for fucking listening to this. Where was I? Lawsuits. If you're going to sue somebody, you should pay for their representation. Jacobian wires. Lawyers, $400 an hour. For what? $400 an hour? You know what? I'll kick the judge in the fucking jaw for 50 cents. I win. Do you promise to tell the whole truth, the whole truth? And yeah, fuck you with the Bible. Fuck you, yeah. As if I'm not going to lie in the stand. I'm sorry, because I'm on probation right now, so I got to be cool. Sorry, Judge. Judge Judy. Right? Judge Ratchet. Whatever the fuck. His TV show judges. Alright, I gotta compose myself. He's freaking me out. He's looking at me. You can't see him. But he has one eye open and one eye closed. And he's alternating. I can't follow the pattern. I think he's going SOS. Is that right? That's what he was doing. Oh no, he was saying, I'm a mess. Lawsuits. Anybody who wants to sue me, you know what? I challenge you to a fucking fight to the death in my backyard. Alright? 3 minutes in the ring. Winner take all. That's what I think about lawsuits. You want to sue somebody? You want to go into a restaurant like McDonald's and it says, caution, coffee may be hot. Well, I've never had fucking cold coffee. So some old fucking skank drops a cup of fucking coffee on a fucking chooch. $50 million if I only had a chooch. I wouldn't be doing this right now. I'd be in MTV, man. Look at me now, look at me now. Look at where I am. Look at this. This is so train sweet. But lawsuits again. You want to sue me? You know what? You fucking pay for my legal fees. You pay for the court fees because the public should not pay for your persistence in this
L'égalité moderne.
as the French say. Notice how the French always go,
Le petit Peter.
but I'm like, hey man, what the fuck's wrong with your
Tongue. Yo, d'enfant, c'est bon. Ça va faire. Les everywhere.
This will probably be edited. But that's my point. If somebody sues you, you know what? This is the thing, man. Because everybody's looking at me. This fucking Buffalo Bill Beelzebub, he left the fucking door open. Now I got a bunch of people in my house. I don't even know them. And they're eating my food, man. White Castles. It's a tough times living in. All right. Show's over.